In my quest to leave a mark on the culture and make hip hop proud, I'd like to welcome you all to another episode of The Essence. I am your host, KB Tyndall. And on this episode of The Essence, it is presented by Tech TV and powered by Validate Magazine. Today, I have an artist that hails from Charlotte, North Carolina. He came into the industry at the age of 16 under Ninth Wonder's tutelage, and he signed to Ninth's Jamla Records in 2016. He then signed to Jay-Z's Roc Nation in 2021. He has released 3 projects to date. Myers Park in 2017, Boy Meets World in 2020, under the Jamla umbrella. Received a lot of praise from the legends like Swizz, Busta, of course, Young Guru. He has barred it down on every freestyle platform that you can think of, and his most recent offering is his first Roc Nation release, titled Love is War. He is a compelling lyricist that is also not compromised by today's norms. His insightful wittiness and musical dexterity makes for some great conversational pieces of art. He is consistently pushing the envelope when it comes to song concepts and bar play, and he is sure to be a household name soon enough. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of The Essence, Reuben Vincent.
Yes,
What's good,
sir.
family?
Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good, bro. Um, First of all, let me say, man, that your body of work is impressive, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very impressive, man. 11 cuts. And I think I was probably vibing to like 9 of them hard.
Oh, wow. Thank you, man.
And that
Appreciate
says
it.
that says a lot, man. That says a lot, definitely.
Absolutely.
Um, am I correct in assuming that Reuben Vincent is your birth name?
Yes. First and
Okay.
last.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
And how old are you now?
I'm 22.
22 now. Okay,
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
All right, so you're 22. You got signed at 16. When did you actually first start rapping?
Shoot. I've been rapping as far as I can remember, honestly. But I was always music was always around the house. My dad, he played like, all the legends, the 50s, the Jays, the Nas, the Pox. You know what I'm saying? When he would pick me up from my mom's crib. So that, and then my mom would play like all the R&B stuff. So, I think I wrote my first rap when I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
But I didn't start like really like record myself. Like I went to the studio the first time when I was like 10. You know what I'm saying? And
Right,
got to actually see what a 16 bar is and what a hook is and stuff like that.
right.
So then by my teenage years, I started to, experiment.
That's what's up. I can definitely tell you studied the culture heavy,
Yeah, absolutely.
just with a lot of the bars that you throw out there, um, a lot of the homage that you pay to a lot of the legends. I
Right.
can tell that you've definitely studied the culture, and you're at the point where you perfected your craft, man. That's dope.
Right. A
Definitely.
100%. A
Um,
100%.
Charlotte, North Carolina, man. Tell me about your neighborhood growing up and how that influenced you.
Shoot, man, being from Charlotte, North Carolina, it's the South. So, you got that. And, I grew up on the east side of Charlotte. So, a lot of Hispanics, a lot of blacks, you know what I
Got
mean?
you.
A melting pot of that. And then also, too, I think it was just a melting pot of cultures because, Charlotte is like a place people come down, they move to, so you got people coming down from New York, people coming from down all the way in the South and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. You know what I mean? So you had that. And then also, I also grew up in an African household. So it's a mixture of that, being the
Okay.
South and I'm African, you know what I mean? So I think those things balanced it out. You had your people who got in trouble, you know what I'm saying, like the usual neighborhoods do. But
Right.
I wouldn't say it was all bad, you know what I mean? It had its 50/50.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Like just like any other neighborhood, and that's
Right,
dope that you come from a melting pot, a mixture.
right.
You know what I mean? And I definitely know what that's like. You get a lot of people from New York and places like that definitely move to the South.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
exactly. a hundred
absolutely, no
percent.
doubt, no doubt. Um, so when did you meet Knife Wonder? And sign the Jamla? I know you signed at 16, but did you already have some music floating around the city? Were you doing shows? Like, how did you get in Knife's ear, and how did that deal come about?
So I got through Ninth Ear by the power of the internet because I was putting out some music when I was like 13, like some mixtapes online. and somebody tweeted Knife and was like, "Yo, I don't know this kid from nowhere, but he's from North Carolina. You should check him out." And Knife
Mm.
just so happened to be on an off day on his tour, so he was like, "You know what? I'm gonna click play." And he was impressed with what he heard, so then he started just letting me. He's DM me on Twitter. I started driving up to his studio and stuff like that, which was like 2 hours away, from
Right.
where I live. And started locking in with him and started recording. First, he was just giving me a place to record, but then he saw how hungry I was. Then he was like, we got to sign this kid. So that's
That's
how
what's
it
up.
was. It was the internet, honestly. And I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
obviously working on stuff in the city at my house with my cousin and stuff like that. But it's really the internet that put me and Knife together.
That's what's up. No doubt. That's what's up.
Yeah.
How did well, after you released the two projects under Jamla, your buzz is growing and everything. How did the subsequent deal with Roc Nation happen? Like, take me through that process up until that deal happened.
We was just working super hard. Excuse me, we was working super hard and obviously just doing the groundwork. And I had put out a video called State of Mind that Rock had seen, the president of Rock had seen, and he was just impressed with what he saw, and he obviously was aware of who I was because I was dealing with Knife. So he
Right.
called Knife. He had seen it, and he called Knife, and at the time I was still like, obviously I was signed to an independent label, so I was still working. I was working a job back in the city, and I remember I was clocking out, and I got a call from Knife saying the president just saw the music video and was asking Knife what's good with me, So we went up
Mm.
to LA, went to the office, played in the music, started having talks, going back and forth, making sure paperwork right, and then the rest is history. So
That's what's up.
yeah,
Definitely, definitely. Um, have you met Hove yet? Have you talked to Hove at all?
yeah. I talked to Hove when I first signed. Like we talked, but I had met him even before I had signed because I went to the office one time with Rhapsody. So I had met him during that encounter, but then by the time I signed, we met again and I spoke and I just was like, tell him thank you for the opportunity and stuff like that. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Did he drop any gems in your ear?
he just told me congratulations. He said, let's keep going. Let's push the ball forward. You know what I'm saying? So that,
That's what it
that's all
is.
I needed to hear.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What's your earliest memory of hip hop in the culture since you grew up in a household with a lot of that music around you? What's your earliest memory of that?
Shoot, my earliest memory I remember is my dad picking me up on weekends because I didn't live with my dad, but him playing All Eyes on Me when I get in the whip. Or me
Mm,
being very super young and watching Fade to Black, while my mom is at work or something like that, stuff like that.
right.
Or even remembering when Kanye and 50 was going, back to back and stuff like that. And when Get Rich or Die Trying was out, all moments from the early 2000s where it
Right.
was like I was a little kid and I was getting to see some of that stuff happen.
That's what's up. Yeah, that Get Rich or Die Trying wave was insane.
Yeah,
That shit,
absolutely.
that shit was crazy.
Yeah, he came and
Definitely.
definitely tore it up.
So you got the album out, Love is War. I know it came out a little bit ago. I told you earlier it's a great body of work.
Yeah,
It shows, like I said, that you study the art form and the culture. You're perfecting your craft. Like I said, you shout out some of the influences. You talked about LL, you talked about Ti, you talked about Big, you
right.
mentioned Q-Tip. Just to name a few. And I love that. You know what I mean? I love that you've definitely paid attention to things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of my favorite tracks include Butterfly Doors,
Mm.
Geechee Suede, which was like the first time that I heard about you.
Oh wow.
Um, Just Like a Dream featuring Ant Clemens. I love the way you flip Monet with the
Yeah.
money as the female concept. That's
Yeah.
probably my favorite. That's probably my favorite joint on the album. That
Fire.
that shit
Fire.
that shit go hard, definitely.
Thank you, yo.
Um, Time Flies with the Janet Jackson reference for the hook.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna jump out on a limb right now and say you and Domani, y'all blacked out on tricking.
Oh, thank you, bro.
I would love to see a joint project with the two of y'all. Y'all just flow so effortlessly together
Yeah.
when y'all are on the track.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw that out there in the air right now.
Yo, everybody has been around us say that, man. They be like, man, y'all got we got so many records together just because that's one of my bros. So,
Yeah,
they be like, man, y'all might as well do something together for real. So
yeah,
that
yeah.
that could happen for sure.
Yeah, I can see that definitely. And of course, I like February 13th with Rhapsody as well. What
Absolutely.
I really want to talk about though is the latest single, The Bottle Service,
Yeah.
featuring Reason and Stacey Barr.
Yeah.
I know you said that you grew up with your stepdad that had a problem with alcoholism, and you wanted to bring more awareness to the issue that doesn't get enough light shed on it. Both your verse and Reason's verse, it touched on a lot of trauma and a
Right.
lot of scenarios where drinking occurs and stuff like that. It's not always a happy ending.
Right.
What made you want to talk about it in that way? And considering the fact that most artists in hip hop, they glamorize alcohol as opposed to talking about it truthfully.
I just wanted to get the truth off and be honest about it and kind of, talk about something that people can relate to and but that's also people try not to face. And we all have our own forms of escapism. Even me as an artist, music is one of my escapisms, you know what I'm saying? But it's like
Mm-hmm.
I was around a lot of my homies and people that I was growing up around, family, seeing how much this was affecting them, and I was like, man, I'll be wrong if I don't talk about this. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So the beat had just like drawn me to have that conversation with myself on, like discussing the things that I've seen or people that was around me have seen, and I just felt like it was time, man. I think that's the only way you separate yourself is when you tell the truth, because not everybody always telling the truth, and it takes a lot sometimes for you to get the truth out. People, especially in this industry, where everybody is they always gonna try to sell you the opposite. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? So I was like, if I had the opportunity to take that risk, I'm gonna always take that risk, and that's why I decided to, you
Yeah,
know,
definitely, definitely. Got to watch the smoke and mirrors in this game for sure.
exactly,
Definitely,
you know,
definitely. Um, like I said earlier, you even mentioned Tina Marie on February 13th, which I
yeah.
thought was dope too. I saw an IG post you the other day. You talked about the spinners. I believe you said that somebody about people looking at you like it was crazy or something, or did
Yeah.
tell me about like tell me some of your favorite groups. Give me a couple of your favorite groups or favorite artists from that soul era from back in the days.
I love the stylistics. Obviously, Stevie Wonder. Um, Obviously the Isley Brothers,
Hmm.
classic. You know what I'm saying? I'll be bumping a lot of like, Patrice Rushen.
Hmm.
Um, Let me think. What else? Maze obviously get played. D Train. Um,
Wow.
yeah, I got a whole playlist. I got a whole playlist of like stuff from that time.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
crazy. That's crazy, bro. Definitely. You don't find a lot of cats that are under 25 that really like that vibe
yeah.
out like that. You know what I mean?
Nah,
Like that's
absolutely.
crazy.
Nah, that's the joints I be playing, bro. I be in the whip. I be jamming, bro. Like an old head. All my friends be getting on me and stuff.
That's what's up, bro. No doubt. um, what's your favorite track on the album?
Mine's is probably bottle service, bottle service, and point of view.
Okay.
Yeah, because obviously, I think I always bring up point of view because I made point of views the one I produced, and I've been trying to get back into
Okay.
doing
Got you.
production way more. You know what I'm saying? So I always try to highlight that one, and when people ask my favorite song, because it just reminds me to continue to put effort in baking on myself when it comes with production and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But bottle service in that one, just because the relatability on bottle service too, and what
Mm.
I'm talking about, and how powerful it is, and people relate to it.
Got you. Got you.
Mhm.
Um, what kind of sacrifices did you make, or things that you had to go without because you were so focused on investing in your artistry?
Shoot, man, a lot of things. Obviously hanging out with the front mom, our guys, the fellas, all the homies back at the crib. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like there was months where I went on without going and partying and hanging out, and I'm locked in the studio. Even relationships, you know what I'm saying, with girls or whatever, and
Yeah.
even like times where like I had to miss family events. I had to, you know what I'm saying? I had to a lot of things where it was like I had to go and get this done, you know what I'm saying, in order to come back and tell, and bring something positive to the family and stuff like that. But it's not, people don't understand the sacrifice until you do it. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So those things, and even just like even moments and times where I'm like, yo, I'm not any distractions, whether it's like drinking, smoking, doing anything, hanging out with any shorties, I'm cool off it. I'm
Right.
gonna get rid of all of that until I'm done with this project. So
Right. Right.
I've done things like that too. So it's definitely been moments where I had to sacrifice spending time with people, spend sacrifice
Mm-hmm.
sleep and all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sacrifice people, not people understanding what you're doing. Everybody not gonna
Mm-hmm.
understand what you're doing, and you got to sacrifice that and look crazy for a little bit just to get something done. So all of those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Everybody don't always see the vision.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Um, who's the one artist or producer or both um that pushed you the most to step your pen game up when you're in the studio?
Hmm. Overall, in general,
Yeah, just in general.
I honestly would say Kendrick Lamar.
Mm,
Kendrick Lamar.
okay.
Hearing him, like, I feel like he always just takes things to a new level, takes things to a new perspective, and
Right.
he really digs deep, and even be able to translate it in certain ways that not every artist can translate it. Where it's like Kendrick is the perfect example of somebody who never sacrificed the message, but was able to translate it in different forms on different productions, and
Right.
and still be able to translate it to different generations. So I
Yeah.
think anytime I hear an album of his or hear a record of his, it just made me go back like, all right, let me get back right and like lock in. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Definitely. Definitely transcend generations, man. Definitely. Definitely one of the best to ever do it. Absolutely.
100%, 100%.
Um, as a hip hop artist, what do you feel your responsibility is to the culture?
Shoot, man, as a hip hop artist, honestly, like I feel like just going back to the history of hip hop, like hip hop was started to teach, you know what I'm saying, especially young brown boys that look like me, young brown girls that look like me, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I think my job in this is to inspire. My job in this is to teach. You know what I'm saying? I also don't know it all, but I can teach as I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? So I think those are two things: inspire and teach, man, because you know, hip hop is educational and hip hop is one of the most universal languages out right now. You know what I'm saying? This is how,
Absolutely.
this how
Mm-hmm.
the kids, that's how they talk. Everything is hip hop is
Mm-hmm.
a lifestyle. It's not just music, it's a whole culture. So I feel like my job as a person who comes from that culture and who was raised on it, I think I just have to continue to push it forward. And that's keeping the essences of what hip hop is from where it started. And even in modernizing it and being in a new generation where the beats might sound a little different, or this person might dress this way, it's like that's fine, but let's not forget where hip hop comes from and where it starts,
Exactly.
and the
Yeah.
roots of it. So bringing that into the fold always, I think, is my goal, is to push it forward. Remember it, the lessons of hip hop's here to teach, it's here to have fun, it's here to inspire, but then also pushing it forward as in like, okay, this is 2023 and so beyond, whatever year it is, how are we
Mhm.
looking into the future for the genre?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, and I love, like I said, I love the project, man. It's something that's, it's definitely going to get a lot of play in my ride. You know what I'm saying? When I'm moving around and stuff like that, because, you know, the levels that you have are super impressive, you
Thank you.
know? And like I said, that it just shows that that you understand what the culture is about. You know what I mean?
Right,
And you know how to push that envelope forward,
right. Absolutely. That's the goal,
Definitely.
man. That's
Yeah,
all it's about.
absolutely. Absolutely. I know you got the single Humble Beast out right now, dropped a few months ago.
Yeah.
Um, that also shows your range as an artist as well. So tell me this. Um, what's next for Reuben Vincent? Like, where do you want to take this rap shit? What other creative avenues are you interested in, or are you already into, or planning on getting into? What else do you want to do?
Definitely more music and just showing the range and the variety I got, always giving people the raw, the truth, what I'm saying, things that, hip hop needs, but also I want to tap into like, acting. I want to tap into that. You know what I'm saying? I want to tap into, the sneaker culture and getting into that and just even just like building my brand and, my home and the guys at the house that I'm creative with. And, using this thing that I have called Third World as an outlet to kind of get, different creative endeavors off. But, just more music, man, and more of my face. I want people to, continue to see me and see what I got going on and that I can continue to give people something to look forward to and something to hope for and, start a movement, start a
Right.
movement that hasn't been seen in a while, you know what I mean? And just continue to make great music. So, that's my goal. And,
Right.
obviously getting into more producing and stuff too.
Right. Any words, or jewels that Ninth or Guru has dropped on you about how to maintain longevity in this game?
Just stay the course. Stay the
Mm,
course. Don't forget what you came in this for. And, and always do things with intention and purpose.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Never do things just for the look or, you know what I'm saying? Like these people gonna do things for trends and you trying to do something to, overstand that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And, you got to just stay on your course and look, drive your road, drive your car. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at nobody else's car.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I tell
Yeah.
people that shit on the highway all the time. Drive your fucking car. Like,
Right.
like,
Real, man.
stop paying attention to anything that's going around. Like, just focus on driving your car. So it's the
Exactly.
same.
That's
It's the
all you
same
got to
thing in
do.
this game. Absolutely,
Absolutely. Yeah.
absolutely. So you mentioned Kendrick as your main influence. Give me two more, dead or alive, like artists that you really, really, really look up to.
Um, Outcast.
Mm,
And then the last one I'm gonna say Jay.
okay,
Yeah, those
gotcha.
two definitely. Outcast, that just because they changed the game and them being from the South and just how raw they was and Andre
Yep,
always gave you the truth and Big came with the nastiest flows and then
yep,
Hove, man, he just it's the American dream. You
yeah,
know what I'm
that's a fact.
saying? He's done like that's a young black boy's dream, come from nothing. You know what I'm saying? Get in the game
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
expand and extend and elevate to the highest, to the top of the mountain. You know what I'm saying? And
Right,
still running. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And beat all the cycles and beat all the things that certain people who reach those heights don't beat. Whether it's the drugs, whether it's the women, whether it's the what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Like his track record has been so, and then he also is one of the illest MCs.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And
you know what I mean?
gave everybody on his team and extended his team and helped everybody eat. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Can't be
Yeah.
mad at
Nah, hell no. Not at
that.
all. Definitely not.
Exactly. Exactly.
Definitely not. Last question, man. What does hip hop mean to you?
Oh man, hip hop saved my life, bro. Honestly, like that's what it means to me. Like, it's a lifesaver. It's something that, you know, when I needed, therapy or when I needed to express myself and I didn't have any other outlets, it was there. And I think it helped a lot of kids growing up become expressive, and be able to show who they are as people. You know what I'm saying? And give them
Right.
the character that of who they are. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's so powerful in itself that a genre that can come in and give an impact like that on not just one person but a whole many multiple generations. So when you
Hmm.
say what hip hop means to me, it's a lifesaver, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Same here, bro.
yeah.
Absolutely. Um, any last words for the people, man?
Shoot, man, Reuben Vincent, I'm here. Get used to this space. Third World is here. Love is war is out now. More music is on the way, man. That's all I can really say right now.
That's what it is. That's what it is, man. That's what you said. Third World. That's the name of your crew.
Yeah,
That's what's up. That's what's up.
absolutely.
That's dope. Ruben, man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm locked in, homie. For real.
Nah,
You know
bro.
what I'm
Thank you,
saying?
bro. I appreciate
Yeah,
that for real.
absolutely, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man, and put that Domani collaboration in the project in the air, bro. I want to
Yes,
see
sir.
that.
We got you. We got you, bro. I'm gonna hit that fool now. For real.
All right, no doubt. All right,
All right,
stay up.
bro.
All
Peace.
right, one.
Love, bro.
All right.